So this is the third time I have recorded this video, and I have had an encounter with some type of issue every single time, the times before this one. So I'm hoping that this is recorded and everything is clear. I've been under an extreme level of spiritual warfare. Especially for the last year and a half. I am somebody that was adopted, and I was raised into a family and adopted by a family that was a narcissistic unit with a heavy emphasis on the religious spirit. If I'm talking about things that you don't know very much about, I would highly encourage you to research. We are living in a time where you could find out anything about anyone or any subject whenever you want. You have access to all the information at your fingertips, okay? So if I'm talking about something you don't know, please research it. But if anybody knows anything about spiritual warfare, being born into a family unit with those dynamics is a form of spiritual warfare, okay? I've had to sit back and really think about what has been occurring in the last year and a half to cause so much pressure and disruption and chaos, okay? And I think I finally figured out where the issues lie, okay? I cut off the narcissist about 2 years ago, okay? And there is nobody or nothing anybody can tell me to make me change my opinion and thoughts, or close my eyes or turn my head towards what I know. I know for a fact that the narcissist is Satan himself, okay? That person that is a narcissist, doesn't matter if it's a male or a female, they are allowing Satan to use and operate their vessels to inflict and cause chaos on the person that they're focusing on, okay? More often than not, it is an empath. But I cut the narcissist off because that in and of itself is demonic possession. If anybody has ever been around a narcissist or been in a toxic relationship of any kind with any person, that what you are seeing is a demon manifesting in somebody. That is demon manifestation, and that is spiritual warfare. You'll know somebody is possessed because you can feel a shift. The air becomes more dense, thick, heavy. That person's mannerisms change. More often than not, you can hear it in their voice. You can hear the entity speaking through them in their voice. You can see it in their eyes. It's just a very uncomfortable experience. Once you can start paying attention to these types of things that occur in the people around you, you will begin to be able to identify spiritual warfare, okay? But I've literally been under an extreme amount of it for the last year and a half. What it's looked like for me, it's affected my credit. I worked very, very hard to get my credit to where it was, okay? I have little dings here and there with stuff. I paid off a credit card. For example, I paid off a credit card in January, took it out of my wallet, and have not used it. I needed to use the card last week. So I went to go use it, and the transaction I used it for was declined. So I called the company, and they said I owed $80 on my card and I needed to make a payment before I could use it. Long story short, the charges were for DoorDash. I've never used DoorDash. I have a vehicle. I don't mind leaving my house when I need to eat. And honestly, I don't even really eat out anymore because that's a whole other issue in and of itself. Like, is this even really food that we're eating? We need to be honest here. Okay, ask these questions, right? So I don't really eat out. So I got that taken care of. I spent a good portion of my morning figuring that out. But it's stuff like that. I mean, it's constant. It's been constant for the year and a half. I am somebody that has management experience across the board. Okay. Retail, food, salon, office, management. You know, I'm in school getting a degree. I am a very dependable, reliable person. Okay. And I've not been able to find a job. These are all things, this is all spiritual warfare, okay? About this, I'm not the only one that's seeing it. And you are unaware that it has been a life. There's, a lot of things like, no, this is real life. I'm here to tell you the truth. I don't care what your opinions are. I don't care what you think. This is really what's going on. And you're either going to have eyes to see and ears to hear, or you can just turn the other way, you know? But regardless, this shit still goes on, and you're at an advantage if you want to take heed to what a lot of people are saying online, okay? But I was trying to figure out where the spiritual warfare was coming from and why, and I had to really sit down and think. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with familial spirits, spirits that have been attached to certain bloodlines. This would include ancestral stuff, bloodline curses, things of that nature, okay? But I am dealing with a lot of that too. Since I was adopted, there is stuff from my bloodline following me and affecting me and my children, okay? And I notice the patterns, and I'm bringing it up so I can share the patterns that I noticed to hopefully show some insight onto and help other people understand what they might be going through and maybe find a solution on how to fix it, okay? But the women in my family on my mother's side, my mother was 15 years old when she had me. All the women on her side of the family have had children young. I'm talking 15 to 19 years old, okay? I was somebody that ended my first pregnancy. I was 19 years old. My daughter herself is 19, and she is currently due in a month, okay? And I am one of those people that I am going to do the right thing. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I was put here to do because I was forced to come back here. So I would like to think that I am somebody that is going to break the generational curses within my bloodline. But on top of that, all of the women on my mother's side of the family, we all did not raise our firstborn. My daughter, I was adopted out. My mother, my biological mother, was not raised by her mother. She was raised by a family member. And my daughter, I was alienated from my child. My daughter came back to me a year ago, okay? So some of the stuff is still pretty fresh. But when she moved in with me, the warfare amped up. And I think this is why, because this has got to end here, and it will end here. Like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to give up without a fucking fight. So there's something else I noticed with generational curses. Those can look like, toxic family dynamics, a lot of abuse, drug abuse, substances, sorry, YouTube, addiction, spirit of lust is definitely one too. Promiscuity. You just need to look for patterns. This would include in your family lineage, and this also includes in your family dynamics, also with your friends. If you're somebody that has had a hard time having relationships that have any substance, that have lasted, that could also be a generational thing. This stuff goes very, very deep, and it's often overlooked. So I have to try to navigate through all this, and I am, but all the other spiritual warfare, not finding a job, having problems with people. I mean, just credit stuff. That's another form of spiritual warfare that is meant to cause distractions. Okay. When you are distracted, your vibration is lowered, and then it makes you get to a certain point in your walk where you are maintaining a vibration at such a high level that you become very conscientious of where and whom you are giving your energy to and directing it towards. Other forms of spiritual warfare can include body aches. I notice headaches, backaches, witchcraft attacks. Witchcraft attacks are also something that happens quite frequently. I recently did go through a witchcraft attack. For those, you have to open up a door somewhere for them to have access to you. And during the attack, you have to lower your vibration to a degree where they can access you and your energy. I know what I did to open that door. And that is definitely a lesson that has been learned. But all of the forms of attack are there to bring your vibration down, to distract you from what you need to be doing. Sorry, this is my 5th time recording. I had a little cut with the video because what I had just said got cut out. So I'm going to wrap this up. What you need to do is stay vigilant and stay aware. Be mindful of where and who your energy is directed towards. Stay sober-minded and start paying attention to people and their patterns. I will start doing a few more videos on this because I know I'm not the only one that has been experiencing these things. But just don't let it get to you. Don't let these people get to you. That how society is and how people are is why I say I need coffee and why I am tired and why I am tired of everybody and their shit, because people are not who they say they are. They will smile in your face, talk about you behind your back. They will sleep with your man or your woman. They'll throw you under the bus just to get ahead of you. And you have people out here destiny swapping. You have people feeding off of your energy. People are literally on demon time out here. People, I would like to think that 95 to 99% of the people you encounter are on demon time. Everybody is very selfish and out here for themselves. They don't care what they have to do to get ahead, and they don't care who they hurt in the process. So with all of this combined, again, you need to just stay vigilant and be aware. Eventually, these people will let the mask slip and you will see them for who they are. And when somebody shows you who they are, you need to believe it. You need to learn how to believe people's actions over their words. But yeah, stay safe. Keep your head up. Tomorrow is a new day. Things will always get better after they've gotten worse, right? But yeah, try to stay positive, eat good, drink water, maintain a good balance, and remove yourself from situations where people literally want to suck the life out of you, okay? I am going to reiterate, if you are somebody that is in a toxic situation, you need to get out. By all means, get out, because they are feeding off of you and your energy. They are essentially siphoning your energy from you and directing it towards them and their goals. They are destroying you. You need to leave. But stay vigilant, stay sober, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.